So number 24 kind of has a lot going on in it, but I'm just going to start with a couple things, what I know. I know that angles 4 and 5 are congruent because it told me that in the problem. So 4 is congruent to 5, and I mark it with little congruency marks. I'm also just going to start by marking in green all of the transversals that I have. So if I know that these two lines are parallel, there's a few different transversals that cut through them. So here's one, and here's one right here. So I have a lot of different things to be true because I know that. So because I know that angles 4 and 5 are the same, I can just move on. Let's see. Well, let's start with angle 2. Let's start with angle 2. If I know that this angle right here, angle 4, and angle 2, if I'm thinking of this as being one of my lines, and this as being my other line, my parallel lines, those are actually alternate interior angles. 4 and 2 are alternate interior angles. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but you kind of have to just force yourself to think of it that way. So 4 and 2 are alternate interior angles. So what I know to be true about alternate interior angles is that they're congruent. So I'm going to go ahead and mark a little congruency symbol, not only around my 4, but around my 2 as well, because I know that those are the same. So I'm going to keep my congruency for 4, but 2 is also congruent to 4. Now in the directions, it also said that segment SE bisects RSF. So RSF is angle 3. And so, RSF is 2 and 3 put together. So if SE is an angle bisector, that means that it cuts right in between 2 and 3, breaking it right in half. So 2 and 3 have to be the same measure. So 2 and 3 are congruent. Well, something else that I know to be true is that if I look at angles 1 and 5, let's look at 1 and 5. If I think of those two angles, do they have any relationship? Actually, they do. Those are corresponding angles. They're in the same position of their sets of angles in each case. So corresponding angles are congruent. So 1 and 5 are congruent. So I can put a little congruency symbol around angle 1, just like there is around 5. And now I can see right here that 3 equal parts break up that straight line. So a straight line is 180 degrees, and I'm basically dividing it in 3. So I get 60 degrees for each one of those. So the measure of angle 1 is 60 degrees, 2 is 60 degrees, and 3 is also 60 degrees.